welcome to the latest episode of Chatting with the Chamber, the Verona Area Chamber of Commerce television program where we introduce you, the viewers, to the businesses in and around Verona. Today we'll have three more interesting subjects to interview, and we're going to start with one of the businesses that has some of the deepest roots in Verona of any business we have, though the name is newer than some. And we're joined by Mary Egan of State Bank of Cross Plains. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thanks, Carl. Good to be here.
Mary, why don't you tell us a little bit about State Bank of Cross Plains and also the history of the business that State Bank of Cross Plains took over.
Okay. Well, basically, State Bank of Cross Plains is a community bank. They've been in existence for over 100 years, and we came to the Verona area in December of 2006. We had purchased Bank of Verona, which had been a long-time community bank, so we felt it was a very, very strong link as to our philosophies and how we take care of customers, that it made sense for us to purchase Bank of Verona.
And Bank of Verona dated back to the early 1900s, so two veteran businesses coming together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, from what I understand, the president of the State Bank of Cross Plains at one time worked with Bank of Verona way back in the early 1900s.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about you? What brought you into the banking business, and what do you enjoy about it?
Well, I've been in banking since 1972. I am a people person. I enjoy meeting and dealing with a lot of people. Basically, I stumbled into banking, Carl. My husband was a student here at the University of Wisconsin, and my first job was in the lending area on the documentation side at Bank of Madison on the square. Since then, I've been in banking. I've done everything from mortgage lending to the retail side of banking to the behind-the-scenes operating credit departments. And then I joined Bank of Verona as an HR director, and then also did the retail functions. And so I've just, well over 35 years I've been in banking, and I don't regret it at all. One of the things I enjoy the most about banking is every day is different. Every client you meet, every person has an individual need, and if I can try and find a solution to a problem or maybe make a suggestion for how things could be better for them, that makes my day.
Okay. And you've been here a long time. You also have quite a few other employees here at the bank. Why don't you tell us what they do and what the services you offer at the bank are? Okay.
Well, we are a full-service bank. We have 14 members of our staff are part of our retail, which is our tellering, our customer service area, new accounts, personal bankers, new loans. But in January, we added our mortgage processing department here. So right now, currently, we have 30 people housed in this building. We have 2 people that represent our IT area, and then we have our business banker, Dennis Hafer, our mortgage lender, Sarah Larson, and just a variety of staff that are here to handle people's needs. One of the things that I did want to mention is we have a financial advisor, Jane Deigmeyer, who is here Thursdays, and she also can be here by appointment for investment advice.
So a potential customer can come in here and do anything from get a home or car loan to set up a new account for their kids, all those kinds of things.
Absolutely, Carl. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Basically, yes, you can get your Visa card, your new accounts opened, investment, retirement planning, IRAs. We can handle it all.
Okay, terrific. And if there was one thing that you could tell the people of Verona about State Bank of Cross Plains that maybe they don't always understand, what would that be?
Well, I think one of the things that people do not realize that we have available is our wealth management area. And that basically is our trust division, and people have a misconception that you have to have lots of money to have a trust, and that's not necessarily so. It can help with estate planning. It can also help with any other investment advice, managing of funds. One of the other things that I guess I want to point out is our wealth management does also offer qualified plan support, and businesses that have a 401k plan or something along that nature, we can help people with those types of plans.
And just to elaborate on that point a little bit more, these are probably services that have changed over your career in banking quite a bit. Can you elaborate on that, just how the changes come about?
Well, I think with anything, people are always looking for ways to plan for the future, make sure that we have some monies set aside for retirement, and I think it's important that people understand there's a variety from everything from secured investments, which banks are pretty much known with our CDs, to other, money market, brokerage funds. And you can do it all here under one roof. You don't have to have all these other different entities to deal with, because we do have experienced advisors that can help with money markets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds.
So people shouldn't think of a bank as just a place to get a savings account or a loan, like when I started with my first savings account.
Correct.
It's a much bigger, different place now.
Correct. In fact, it was funny. I had an employee come in the other day that brought a savings passbook from 1962 with Bank of Verona, and we were laughing how we were physically writing in the dollar amounts and the deposits and the withdrawals. How things have changed, definitely.
I think I have a drawer in my house with one of those from the mid-'80s. So,
hang on to it.
Okay. So, what are some of the challenges to doing business here in Verona?
Well, I think one of the challenges for our bank, and well, in any bank, is definitely the amount of competition that we have, per se. Not necessarily just in Verona, but we're also dealing with, we're not that far from Madison, so there's a lot of people that work in Madison, so you have financial institutions there that people utilize maybe through their jobs with direct deposit nowadays. But I would say competition is probably the biggest. And I think the other piece that I want to add right now, it's even becoming more of the internet banking resources. And nowadays it's a wide open area.
And do you have any idea, we don't need a hard statistic, but how many more people are using the internet today as maybe 5 years ago? Is just a lot, a little? Is it really becoming more popular?
Oh, it's definitely becoming more popular. I can't tell you offhand a percentage,
sure,
but it is definitely more and more people are loving the convenience, the ease of being able to bank when it's available, when time is available for them. Definitely with the online banking products that are available with bill pay. And now we have just the new remote deposit where you can, with your smartphone, take a picture of your check and it is deposited to your account. All of those conveniences are making, banking a lot easier for a lot of our customers.
I can understand that. I know once I figure out how to use it and got comfortable with it, I bank online all the time now.
Oh, I know.
Just getting over that initial hump.
Exactly. Well, and I know, I do want to emphasize, we do have secure sites. One of the things that I would always recommend to people is make sure that you are changing your passwords, keeping things up to date, because it's, and making them a little difficult so that it's not so easy to take your birth date or whatever and use that as your passcode, because those are the things that are going to keep your banking safe.
Okay. Well, this has been a great interview. If someone wanted to come into State Bank Cross Plains here in Verona, what are your hours and what's your address here?
Okay, our address is 108 North Main Street, and our hours currently are, the drive-up is open from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Our lobby from 8:30 to 5. We are open Saturdays 8:30 to noon. And at this point, I guess those are the hours currently. It is one thing that we always review. As I mentioned, with the access with internet banking now, we're finding that people coming into the bank isn't as frequent as we have seen in the past. So like any business, we have to evaluate some things occasionally.
And if someone wanted to contact the bank, the phone number is?
The phone number, our main line is 845-6486. And Jane Scott is our receptionist, and she will direct you to any of the people that you would need. One of the other things I would like to recommend to customers If you are looking at a mortgage application or maybe needing a business loan, if you can call ahead and make an appointment. Nowadays, bankers are out and about making business calls more often, so even though you may not see them in their office, doesn't mean that they're not out, making contacts with customers. So if you can call ahead and make an appointment, that's appreciated.
And the last thing, you guys have a website?
Yes, our website is www.crossplainsbank.com. And I encourage anybody to go out and take a look at it. I think they'll find it's very easy to work with. And the other thing I'd like to add, Carl, is one of the things that has impressed me with State Bank is the amount of community service that we do in each of our 8 communities we serve.
All right. Well, Mary, thank you for helping us kick off today's show, and we appreciate having you on. Thanks for telling us all about State Bank.
Thanks, Carl. Appreciate it. Thanks.